got a 3-2 win over Drake from State Farm, and Venom Hacks
Oh,
put
no.
it into Robbie Fox's run as well. But the winner of that match is going to play Young Monster as we get into this match, and we got Deoxys going with what again? Cyborg.
Cyborg again. Tweedy with the Starfire.
I feel like Deoxys should get a medal just for picking Cyborg.
I mean, I'm not sure if Deoxys knew that Tweedy was going to go Starfire, and that's why he picked Cyborg. I mean, I'm not sure. Starfire's still so new, and Cyborg is not used very often, so I have no idea about this matchup. But right now, it's just two guys who play each other very often. Starfire trying to keep Cyborg away, and here we go, getting a little bit of damage there.
Oh, and luckily the back three came out and avoided the first part of that string. Otherwise, it would have gone broken. What a down two here from Deoxys. Cyborg getting no damage. Oh, covered it. No.
I thought he was going to actually convert off of that and get up in time. Wow, that was almost a tie round.
Oh my goodness. Alright, back to the zoning game here for Tweedy. Cyborg, who is no slouch at zoning himself. You see how Illusions used him early on in War of the Gods against a few zoners just because of the trade battle, but Starfire has none of that with the trade of her own. Good back three here from Tweedy.
Stronger than you look.
Even Trigon couldn't take my heat.
Okay, Deoxys gets 25% back. Isn't enough. Tweedy just keeping Deoxys at bay. Starlight, Star Bright. Oh, and the little cancel there. Okay. You know, Cyborg just looks so fun to play, but I'm not sure, how good he is.
Do not yield.
I don't have an off switch.
He's so close to closing it out. He's all out of trait. This is Deoxys' time to come in. Oh, and it gets hit by just the tip of the projectile. Tweedy going up 1-0 here.
Starfire wins.
So we'll see if maybe Deoxys makes a pick now that Tweedy's character is locked in.
Starfire.
And Manta.
We get
the battle of the DLCs.
We get some DLC on DLC violence here, going with Manta himself with the black and the white. Now, interesting about Manta's color schemes is that whatever color the visor is on his helmet is the color that the lasers are going to be in game. So he's going to have white lasers here.
And they are very bright too.
Starting off with
Gur got one of these during TFC, and it was just so bright.
Yeah, there we go. There's those bright lasers blinding, as it were. Very good. Use my snapback. It's very tricky when you block a 4-2 or the 4-2 1-3 there, because he's only -1 with pushback, and Manta's got some decent buttons. Reactionary teleport.
Oh, yeah, does he ever? And I like that counter zoning with the teleport. Wasn't able to get too much off of it, but
some active frames there. And there you go. So I talked to you earlier in this broadcast about a mind game Manta can play with that forward 4-2-1. Is that you can do it, and then you can do 4-2-1 do a rocket in case they're expecting the overhead. They're crouching low, and that's one of the few ways to get out a rocket as safe as possible, just because of the respect that they have to have for the 3. Just a mind game you can play. Use a sparing.
Ooh, and a full screen projectile of his own. Does that actually touch if you're completely full screen? I'm not sure. I've not seen it used that far like that before.
Ooh, going for the
but he hit him at least 3/4.
Oh no!
Wow.
A Ferris wheel of death coming from Starfire. Look at the damage adding up so fast. Really good chip there as well. Doc is not completely out of it, but he needs to open him up right now, and this chip is chipping away.
Yeah, that trade is going to come at any moment. Oh, and the down 2 by Tweedy, going up 2-0.
Starfire is saying, you know what? I've got some eye lasers of my own there, Cyclops. Calm down.
Starfire, Tweedy looking super strong with her. I mean, she's as far as I've heard, she's not a very deep character. She's kind of got a solid game plan behind her, and Tweedy is showing just that. Just keep away, do the chip on hit. She does some good damage.
Blue Beetle.
Oh, and we're
my
gonna
goodness.
get some Beetle.
Deoxys,
Okay, Deoxys.
Deoxys is just spinning a wheel in his house with the characters on it. And going with a sexy neon purple Beetle at that.
Oh yes, that is one of the newer shaders for Beetle.
I don't know much about the Beetles, but I know that they do come in different colors in the shows and in the comics, and I think they do mean different things.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're kind of like the lanterns, where they mean different things or whatever.
Or
but
if it's just the way that they're racist, I don't know. Well, I know some dude showed up in Young Justice as the Black Beetle and jacked everyone up, and I was like, whoa!
Deoxys trying to get something going. And Beetle's projectile is pretty good. Almost had the conversion there on the 1-1. Very nice meter burn roll. The down 1 into the low stab. 4-2 is hard knockdown.
Oh my goodness! Dude,
very good air pressure.
Looking like instant jump 3s there from Deoxys to try to get something jailing. Not really jailing, but something really fast, active, and with a big hitbox to go for another flow cancel. That was really cool there from Deoxys.
Yeah, the jump 3 into an air float like that, it does have a lot of block stun behind it. Now you can down 2 if they're low enough. But yeah, it doesn't jail, but man, it's got some block stun. You got to be careful.
Feeling starstruck?
Focus, my man.
Good wager there from Tweedy. We know the damage that can add up from Blue Beetle off of those cancels in the corner. Beautiful anti-air, almost got the back 3.
Okay, well yes, background bounce, back 3.
Oh,
and try to go with the restand.
I like the little setup.
The tricky stuff there. Trying to make sure Tweedy is paying attention on his blocks, and the down 2 is going to be heavily scaled damage, but still pretty good. And the wake up heard around the world by Tweedy. It hits everywhere on screen. Oh, and no punish there on the low stab.
Going for the sweeps. Beetle has a fast overhead as well. And why you hit behind him? A guy converted in front of him? Are you kidding me?
It's everywhere, man. Oh, and the sweep.
Yeah, the 4-2 went over the sweep. Very interesting stuff here. Tweedy trying to close this out. 3-0. Deoxys is able to bring this back with Blue Beetle. I might cry inside.
Very
he is
good
up
stuff.
1-0 with Blue Beetle technically, but down 1-2 in the set.
And now, Blue Beetle is I don't want to say he's a bad character. He's just he's kind of got a deep meta behind him, and now Tweedy going with the Superman. I don't know really what to say about this matchup, to be honest.
It's annoying.
Yeah, Beetle's got a 6-frame down 2, but it's a risk, trying to intercept on Superman's offense. He just has the 4-2 trait and block, and then punish. Good stuff here by Deoxys. Oh, try the down 2. Just a little bit too early. Superman too high in the air.
Ooh, trying to use that extended trait. Jump 1 almost caught Tweedy there. This is a good spot for Tweedy. Has him in the corner. Blockable and
and got caught by the overhead, and then the down 2. Wow.
Double down 2, and still getting piece of damage. Oh, there's the noble Tweedy. I know. Going for the dive bombs.
Nice little conversion there. Too bad Beetle doesn't get too much damage off of his high execution stuff and gets hit by the unblockable barrel.
Oh, this is where it can get rough for Beetle once those lasers.
Oh, good whip punish.
Beautiful whip punish. This should kill. Wow. Spacing from Deoxys. That got him right back in this match. It was looking pretty grim.
Tweedy going with some good damage here. Gets him closer to the corner and puts more stage behind him.
Beautiful float to avoid the heat zap there. Oh, a little bit of a slowdown. Oh, and coming down.
Oh.
Doesn't get the conversion though. He's floating beautifully.
That's one good thing about Beetle. He can jump up and then just jump a little bit higher. Wow, the double overhead. If you'd have just committed to the low, but that's kind of the thing with the 50-50s. If only you would have done the low instead of the overhead.
Oh,
Okay, and the tricky,
but
yep.
he doesn't get the down 2, which I believe it is the conversion off of that.
It is, yes, it is a down 2. Probably should have cashed out on the damage, but, you know, we'll see if it comes back to haunt him.
Oh, big
Oh,
whip.
no, and the shield, wow.
What a low profile, he's just laying on the ground.
You know what, that may go under Cheetah's sweep on whiff, who knows. Oh! Golden opportunity there, gets him with the overhead and the low. And Tweedy knows that setup, I'm not sure why he's got hit by it twice.
Oh, and the laser's going to close it out. Tweedy with a 3-1. A lot closer when he went to Blue Beetle. Really good stuff from Deoxys. But Tweedy is going to move into top 8. Loser side.
Yeah, you want to know, I see somebody in the chat,